If your garden looks thirsty every afternoon in August, reaching for the hose without checking what's happening below the surface can make the problem harder to diagnose. By late summer, it's easy to fall into a routine. A quick splash in the morning, another one leaves droop, and extra water after a hot day. But dry-looking soil and wilted leaves don't always mean the root zone is dry. Heat and wind can make even well-watered plants wilt temporarily, while repeated shallow watering can keep moisture near the surface instead of encouraging a stronger, deeper root system. So you can water more often, use more water, and still have plants that struggle. And one of the most common August watering mistakes starts before the water even leaves the hose, because many gardeners are watering by habit instead of by what the soil is actually telling them. That's the first mistake, watering the calendar instead of the root zone. By August, a routine that worked perfectly in June may be completely wrong. A stretch of hot, windy weather can pull moisture from the soil much faster, while a cooler week, heavier soil, mulch, or recent rain may leave plenty of water underneath even when the surface looks dusty. So before you turn on the hose, move the mulch aside and check below that dry-looking crust. For a vegetable bed, use your finger or a small trowel and feel the soil a couple of inches down. The University of Minnesota recommends checking beneath the surface because that top layer can be dry while moisture still remains below. And don't expect every bed to behave the same way. Sandy soil drains quickly. Clay and organic-rich loam can hold moisture much longer. That small check can stop you from watering soil that simply looks dry. But there's another problem hiding here. Even when the soil really is dry, you can run the hose for several minutes and still leave most of the active root zone untouched. And that mistake becomes especially costly in late summer. That happens when you mistake a wet surface for a watered root zone. A fast pass with a hose can darken the top of the soil and make the bed look finished. But if water is arriving faster than the soil can absorb it, some can puddle or run away instead of soaking down where roots can use it. In August, that matters even more because mature vegetables, shrubs, and flowering plants may be drawing moisture from well below that dusty surface. Repeated light watering can keep moisture concentrated near the top rather than thoroughly wetting the root zone. Here's a better test than watching the clock. Water one area slowly. Give it time to soak in. Then push a trowel into the soil and look at the moisture pattern. If only the surface is damp, you haven't watered deeply just because a hose was running for 10 minutes. Slow the application down. If puddling or runoff begins, pause and let the water infiltrate before continuing. The goal isn't to make the garden look wet. It's to get water where the roots actually are. And that leads to a mistake that catches gardeners on the hottest afternoons. Because sometimes a plant can wilt even when the soil below it still contains moisture. A drooping plant at 3 o'clock can trigger an almost automatic response. More water. But in August, that can be mistake number 3. On a very hot afternoon, leaves may lose water faster than the roots can replace it temporarily. The plant droops, even though usable moisture is still in the soil. Heat alone can cause this kind of temporary wilting. So don't diagnose thirst from the leaves alone. Check the soil and the root zone. Then look at the plant again when temperatures ease. If the soil is still moist and the plant recovers later in the day, adding another soaking every time it droops can keep the root zone wetter than necessary. But this is where the advice needs some common sense. Don't ignore genuine drought stress. If you check below the surface and the root zone is dry, water the plant, even if it happens to be afternoon. Waiting for the perfect watering hour can leave a genuinely thirsty plant stressed for several more hours. So the rule isn't never water a wilted plant. It's find out why it's wilting first. And there's one place where this judgment becomes much harder in August, because soil that behaved predictably all summer can suddenly dry astonishingly fast. Your containers. And this is mistake number 4, watering containers as if they were simply smaller garden beds. A tomato growing in the ground has a large volume of soil around its roots. Put that same plant in a pot, and its entire water supply is trapped inside a limited amount of growing mix. In warm, windy August weather, that reserve can disappear surprisingly quickly, especially in smaller or shallow containers, which dry faster than large ones. That doesn't mean every pot needs automatic daily watering. Instead, check each container individually. Push a finger down into the mix. not just across the surface. If there's still moisture deeper in the pot, it may not need another soaking yet. If it's drying down to the root zone, water thoroughly enough to moisten the compost rather than giving it repeated little splashes. And don't assume an August shower did the job for you. A full canopy can act almost like an umbrella, while a short shower may wet only the upper part of the container. Which brings us to another deceptive watering mistake: seeing rain in the gauge or wet soil on top and assuming nature watered deeply enough for you. That assumption about rain is mistake number 5. An August storm can look impressive from a kitchen window, but what matters is not how hard it rained. It's how much moisture actually reached the root zone. A brief downpour may run across compacted or crusted soil, and plants beneath dense canopies, walls, or roof overhangs can stay surprisingly dry even after rainfall. So after rain, don't judge by wet leaves or dark soil. Push a trowel down and check where the roots are. You may discover you can skip irrigation completely, or that the garden received far less useful water than you thought. And mistake number 6 is almost a reverse: putting too much of your irrigation on the leaves instead of the soil. By August, tomatoes, squash, roses, and other mature plants can form thick canopies. Spraying those leaves may make the whole plant look thoroughly watered, while relatively little reaches the ground beneath. Plant roots need that moisture in the soil, and keeping susceptible foliage wet, particularly late in the day, can also favor certain leaf diseases. Direct the water toward the root zone whenever practical. But the final mistake is more deceptive, because a plant suffering from it can look almost exactly like a plant that needs more water. That final mistake is continuing to add water simply because a plant looks thirsty, even when the root zone is already saturated. Roots need more than water. They also need oxygen from the tiny air spaces between soil particles. When those spaces stay filled with water for too long, especially in heavy, compacted, or poorly drained soil, root function begins to suffer. And here's the trap: a plant with struggling roots can wilt, yellow, or decline in a way that makes you think it needs another drink. So before you respond to wilt with more water, go back to the root zone. If the soil below the surface is still wet, don't keep soaking it. Let excess water drain, and look for the reason that area is staying wet, whether that's excessive irrigation, poor drainage, or water collecting in one part of the bed. That's really the August lesson behind all 7 mistakes. Stop watering by apparent habit or the clock. Water according to what is actually happening below the surface. A dusty top layer, a hot afternoon, or one heavy rainstorm can all mislead you. The root zone tells a better story. If this helped you rethink your late summer watering, subscribe for practical gardening advice that explains not only what to do, but why it works.